John, can you please explain your thoughts on the local options taxes?
As far as the restaurants and the hotel,
Yeah.
is that?
Do you support them?
No, I don't support any tax increases. I think the economy is bad enough as it is without burdening businesses with more taxes. I can understand the local option. I understand our local officials, our selectmen, having a hard time dealing with this because they are pro-business in this town. They've been very supportive of the businesses in this town.
How much do you think it's going to cost customers annually with your 6.25% sales tax increase on liquor?
In this store, approximately $350,000 more will cost my customers. Understandably, we never had a sales tax on our product because we already have an excise tax. Our customers are already paying 40 cents on a dollar every time they make a purchase. So now we got a 6.25 on top of that, which is devastating.
And take that and combine it with the possibility of a local options tax on meals and hotel rooms. Chelmsford has 2 hotels in town. What does that mean for the average taxpayer in Chelmsford?
What it means, it just gives them a better option to drive over the border. And this is going to be very costly to all businesses in town.
Do you think people will be going over the border to do all of their shopping if there's additional tax increases?
Oh, absolutely, especially the holidays. In this particular store, we have 4 or 5 major holidays a year where people buy a lot of product. They will be going over across the border, there's no doubt. We saw this with the bottle bill when that came in about 20 years ago. We never recouped from those case sales that we had because people went over the border to buy their case buys.
Now, Kathy, Chelmsford voters on August 17th will be deciding whether to impose an added hotel tax, a room tax. Can you please explain how that's going to affect your business, if it passes?
Well, if it passes, I think it's certainly not going to help our business. I think it's going to hurt our business, particularly because it's town by town and city by city. I think people, even business travelers, are on a limited budget these days. Everyone's in the same boat, and I think it will certainly hurt our sales because it will increase the amount that a hotel room is going to cost somebody. And in turn, I think it will decrease our average rate for that reason. So I think in the end, the town's not going to benefit much from the increase in rooms tax. I think it will just decrease the hotel sales a little bit and offset the increase in rooms tax.
Can you explain how the current economy has already affected your industry?
I think all of the local taxes have just accumulated, all of the increase in taxes rather, in not just rooms tax and meals tax, but all of them have accumulated to hurt all businesses and all the individuals as well, continuously. And with the possible with the actual increase in meals tax coming up as well, that won't hurt us quite as directly. But I know that several restaurants have recently closed, including one just this week, Bainbridge's, and I think that I'm convinced that the increase in meals taxes was just one more nail in the coffin that forced them to make that decision, and I worry about all the restaurants and the hotels in town.
My name is Scott Plath, and I am the co-owner with my wife Kathleen of Moonstone's Restaurant, located on Route 110 in Chelmsford.
Can you talk a little bit about, what you do as a business owner when the economy goes south?
I guess that's the most difficult aspect to fathom. As business people, when the economy goes south, we sharpen our pencils, we make sacrifices, we take pay cuts. That's what we've done. That's what our staff does. That's what our managers do. The last thing we do in a down economy, in a time where revenues are hurting and people are hurting for money, is raise prices. That's the last thing we would consider doing, is raising prices. We're actually cutting prices wherever we can to afford to stay in business and to make it affordable for our guests to visit and come out to eat.
some say that raising the meals tax is just by 0.75% is not going to deter people from dining out. What do you think about that?
I can assure you that anybody who says it won't deter anyone from eating out are the people who are in favor of raising the taxes and putting the burden on the shoulders of my customers. I don't believe that the town of Chelmsford would vote to raise their property taxes to raise the money for said essential services. So why would they be willing to raise the taxes on my customers? There's no way to predict whether revenue, to what degree revenue will be hurt, but I can sure tell you this, it won't help.